Hey folks, welcome back. Holy cow. It's like everything in the world is going goofy right now. Alright, we're going to take the back off of the SUPERTONE. I keep wanting to call it a SILVERTONE. SUPERTONE Low Ranger. And I got two different things that I'm doing here. One is I've got the iron. I'm set on I set on 3 because all I really want to do is just soften that glue up a little bit. I'm not trying to it's not like I'm trying to drive heat through a fretboard onto the back of the neck. It's a thin piece of wood. I don't think I'm going to need a lot of power to get in there. So that's one thing I'm doing. The other thing that I'm doing is I've got the spatulas in the hot water, and so I can put this in here and just kind of let that sit in that crack and exude some heat out into it. Because what I really don't want to do this, but I'm going to. What I don't want to do is I don't want to pull wood off of either one of these pieces, because as you can see by this is a really thin piece of wood. I don't have any binding to work with. If it gets screwed up on the edge, it's going to be really noticeable, which is not something that of course you want to do. So we're going to slowly try to get this going. And I don't have the I'm not using the steam setting on this either. And I'm putting this towel here because I'm trying to protect this paint. I want to damage this paint as little as I can. I don't want to damage it very much. I guess now's a good time. I'll show you this footage here. This is, I'm out in the garage and I am constructing an outside form because I'm going to have to glue this back on, and I just thought it was easier to go ahead and get this done while I had it off the guitar, or while I had the whole thing put together. So this is it's just a, it's really simple. It's just a piece of fiberboard. It's not even MDF. It's the coarser stuff. I don't know what the designation is on that. I got half a pallet of it. So I just roughly cut it out with the jigsaw. This part is this part gets a little tough down here and as well as down here, because if you your grain is running like this, so if you're not careful, it's real easy to try to push it up and for it to snap right along a grain line. So patience is your friend, and I'm not patient. Alright, I hate it when this happens. Here we are, and remember I told you, and you're working along here, and it's just, I'm going just as easy and as slow as I can. Just sat there and gave it just a nice little push, kind of like that, and pop right up there. Now, when we glue it back in, that's, I mean, it's not a huge deal, but that's what can happen. So, oh, I can't even see. So, yeah, be careful. Don't do that. This is called learning by negative example. How not to do something. Where am I at there? Can I see that? You know what? Just for fun, because it's all for fun, right? Let's see. Come on, Pihoni. Alright, here we go. There. Alright, see, we're under the neck block there. And I just realized I got my case on, that's why this is all super hard. So you can, well, that's kind of some weird looking kerfing there. So yeah, getting there. So see, you can see that big mass under there, and that's all got glue on the bottom of it when we flip it over on the top of it. So that's hard, pushing the heat down to get that glue to release off of there. So, you know, let's see, just for fun. Hang on. Oh my gosh. There, you can see where that's kind of pulled away from the top of the kerfing there. You can see where we've worked our way around there. And then there's that other block we got to get through. All right, well, we'll get back to this one. Adventure continues. We're getting there. We are loose from here all the way around to right here. Love that sound. No is the answer. It's a horrible sound. Alright, that's good. I'm up under the block now. Oh, we're close, babies. Oh baby, here we go. Okay, now, I'm not going to move this. Let me get the, ow, hey, that iron's hot. Alright, I left that where it is because let's look at the inside of this guitar that nobody's really seen the inside of this thing since it was built in 1937 or 38. So we're going to, first thing we're going to do is we're going to flip this over, and you can see where all of these have come loose. Here is a portion of the kerfing that has pulled off. There's been a little bit pull off around here and around there. So I think most of this between just a freshening up with some sanding, I think we might be okay. This I'm pretty bummed about because, as you can see, that's been boogered up. So yeah, that makes me sad. Now what's interesting is that right there almost looks like a stamp or a maker's mark or something right there. And then here is a serial number. Actually, I'm going to take a close look here, and this appears to be a solid piece of wood. I believe that's a solid piece of wood, kids. Let's now, right there. Can you see that oval? It's right there. I don't know if that's actually, I mean it does. It looks like a, but here's what's interesting. 2013, some funny little mark in there, and then 207. So there we go. Top and the bottom both have, you know, if we're talking cars, I got a matching numbers guitar. And I'll tell you what I'm going to do is I'll have to do it on the next video. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get the big boy camera out, and we'll put a couple of lenses on, and we're gonna take a really good look at the edge of this, because there is a break, but I think that's going to give us a clue into what this piece of wood is, because I don't think it's plywood. I don't. So we'll take a look at that. Okay, so that's and here's the brace that came off of it, and that should be pretty easy to determine where it came from. The braces are shaped a little bit on the top, not a whole lot, just a little bit. Now let's take this off because I'm running out of juice on the uppy cam. So now here's the thing. Here's what I was laughing at. Okay. Here is, first of all, something's been spilled on this, and you can see where it has come in and stained the inside of this. Here's that crack that we're going to have to fix, which will be a little easier to fix now because I can get my big monster hands in here. Now, I thought it was kind of funny that these came right through the top. And what turns out is it looks like a I'm going to call it a manufacturing defect, because if you look here, there is a glue line there, and it almost looks to me like this was correctly positioned. Yeah, we're going to run out of juice on this one. Now look how that's biased or crooked. It's crooked. This brace is crooked. This is crooked. Now you might be able, somebody might argue saying that that was in order to bias and make it less boomy or more boomy, and that's poppycock on a $2.95 guitar. I think what happened is this slipped because these holes should have gone through this bridge plate, which is kind of acting like a top brace as well. I mean, it's a very simple bracing system. So this would have done double duty as a lower bout brace as well as a bridge plate. It's a combination piece, and I think they screwed the pooch on this one. Originally put it down and then it slid, because if you look, if this goes across straight, if that went across straight like that, then your holes would have gone through this, and that might have prevented all that damage that happened up on the top. Because now that makes it even more sense as to why we got this going on, because there's nothing on the back side of this. There's no kind of reinforcement. So if you have a string pulling up on the inside of this, it's just going straight along those grain lines, and it doesn't have this cross-grained bridge plate to hold it in there. So yeah, I was kind of doomed from the get-go. Wow, that sucks. And this kerfing is, that's really, wow. I wonder if this is hand cut, because you can see the differences here in the spacing. So I wonder if this was hand cut in the factory. You know, now you just buy it in big strips, but maybe that's the way they did it. Maybe it was hand cut. It's a little more uniform here, but then you get into this corner, and let's see, can we see that right there? I mean, that's crazy. Huh. Well, all right. Well, that's gone on long enough. Hey, next time we'll do something else. Hey, cheers. Have a good one, folks. If you liked this episode of Rattlecan Guitar Restorations, consider watching one of the videos listed below. Be sure to subscribe to us on YouTube, and if you'd like to support the channel, head on over to our Patreon page. You can also friend us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, as well as the Twitter. Thanks for watching. Have a good one. Cheers.